Curtis, you shaved a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
you
changed
grew some
skin
hair.
colors.
Yeah.
I grew out some hair, and I shaved the lovely beard.
The lovely beard.
That I said I would never shave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you do it for a good cause at least?
I did it for testicular torsion.
Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he live streamed in a public bathroom, and he live streamed some minors in a public bathroom, which would be usually breaking Twitch terms of service and California privacy laws. But turns out Twitch has pretty much just said that the ban's going to be lifted and he can start streaming again on July 8th. On Monday, yeah. To which I'm kind of iffy about, but I'll keep going with the headlines. So Dr. Disrespect broke the silence about his I don't know how to call it, his questionable actions. And he posted an apology video on an old Twitter account, not his Dr. Disrespect account, but his own personal Twitter account. Yeah. Saying that he apologized and that he won't do it again. And that he apologized for the people that he filmed and the general apology video that you would get on social media. Japanese police in the Osaka prefect is using Street Fighter characters as their mascot to try and get more people to sign up for their cybercrimes division and to become cybercrime investigators. Apparently, it's not the first time that they've done this. Capcom and Osaka police have been kind of in cahoots together since 2013 to be able to get more people and help awareness and like cybercrime prevention. But it's actually the first kind of big time that they're tying together with a police precinct to be able to really get people to come and work for them. They have about 3,000 flyers that were distributed everywhere around the prefect, and there's about 1,000 posters that have been put everywhere in like police boxes, police stations, train stations, any like public places you could find. It's kind of cool. I'm into it. I didn't expect that Capcom would let or allow their like video game characters to be used for that kind of purpose, but I think it's
positive purpose.
It's super positive.
Yeah. But speaking of Japan, Shigeru Miyamoto says that adventure games are now harder to sell in today's market.
Yeah.
So during a Q&A session in June, Nintendo's most known face, Shigeru Miyamoto, said that creating and selling adventure games, assuming we're talking about like single-player, story-heavy adventure games, are very difficult to sell in this market because among younger generations, not so much older, because we still kind of buy some single-player narrative games. Most of these younger generations are opting for quicker experiences, stuff like Fortnite or PUBG
or goddamn battle royale games.
Other things, not just battle royale, but like those types of like quick, like more fun, like Splatoon, even for Nintendo. Right?
Yeah.
While there is a story in that game, the more popular part of that game is likely the multiplayer aspect, where you quickly spend 15 minutes, play a few rounds, then move on with your day.
Right.
But the other reason besides dwindling interest that Miyamoto said is that the amount of work that goes into the games is very difficult today as well. Because now that games are almost available commercially everywhere, they have to translate the game into 10 different regions, right? So English, Chinese, Japanese, European, French, Arabic, Spanish, Russian, everything, right?
Yeah.
They have to make the games available in those markets to get profit, but two, to have people be able to play the games.
Yeah, and I guess when it comes to like a form of multiplayer game where the dialogue that you have in a multiplayer game is like what, 1/15th or 1/20th of an actual single story game, it adds up really fast, right?
If you think of like a game like Legend of Zelda where you could have every language text to read, but also voice acted, that increases the production time and cost of the game itself, right?
Turns out, there's a company called Remedy Entertainment that made a game called Alan Wake. And it was very
good.
It was very good. I love the game, but it was also like very one of a kind when it came out for the Xbox. It was the 360's first exclusive game. Fairly certain it was the first exclusive game. Don't quote me on that. It was allegedly the first exclusive game that 360 had. And it followed Alan, who had a flashlight and had to go through his nightmares in order to solve something. I won't spoil it if you want to go and play the game. But it was very well done. And last week, and beginning of this week, I think it was Sunday, I could be wrong on this, Remedy Entertainment, who owned the development rights of Alan Wake, but did not own the publishing rights because they sold those to Microsoft, came out to their investors and said they were going to pay 2.5 million euros or 3.7 million Canadian dollars, because I'm going to say in Canadian dollars, I'm not going to say in American dollars, screw you. That they were going to make a one-time purchase from Microsoft to get their publishing rights back from Microsoft.
Speaking of Sony and properties, Sony has added the Spider-Man Far From Home costumes to the Spider-Man game for free. So, over the past existence of the game, when it came out last September, I believe, or last fall, people were asking for things like the Raimi Spider-Man suit, which people were clamoring at them to add, and they're like, "We're adding it, just wait." And then finally on Christmas, they added the Sam Raimi Spider-Man costumes to the game. This time you don't have to wait, because they were already planning to release the stealth suit and the current Spider-Man suit to the game. So now you could swing around with the new stuff from the new movie. For free. All for free. Yeah. Speaking of excellent segues, I'm going to transfer from a happy headline to a not happy headline, or depending on how you look at it. So, back a few weeks ago, you were talking about Shenmue 3 coming out.
Yes.
I was excited for it, so as several other people were as well. But sadly, at E3, when you watched the trailer, there was a lovely little logo that you saw at the end of the trailer that said Epic Games Store exclusive.
Yeah.
Which means it's not going to be on Steam. After E3, everyone was pretty mad, myself included, saying, "Hey, if I supported this game and I wanted it on Steam, what's going to happen? I gave you my money already. What am I going to get from it?"
Yeah.
They said they wouldn't give anyone Steam keys, because obviously they can't. It's on a different platform. And they wouldn't give anyone the Epic key to play it on Epic Store.
The Epic key.
The Epic key. But because of all the backlash that they've been getting, they said, "Okay, sorry to everyone that pre-ordered it on Steam. You're mad. So
you're real mad.
So we're gonna refund everyone that had Steam keys ready to go."
Right. So full amount. Okay.
Of an $80 game from their pocket, which seems very smart. After they turned everyone off the game on the PC exclusive store front to buy the game.
Harry Potter Wizards Unite came out as a mobile game, made by Niantic still, right?
Yes.
Okay, still made by Niantic to give you the Pokemon Go feeling, but on a wizard level. So turns out, although they label it as a free game, about 2 or 3 hours of playing, they put a paywall in front of it, saying that you would have to buy more storage solution in order to continue playing the game to its full extent. Essentially, in order to brew potions or craft other things, you need free space to store items, and you are limited to the free space that you have if you play on the free version. However, if you pay some money, which usually you would make the same amount of money if you didn't make the game free, but if you pay some money, you will get some more storage so you can buy more items to make more potions and so on and so forth. So there's proposed Chinese regulation to target romantic plot lines and sexual content in games. I'm gonna read you the actual text I have here to make sure I don't misquote anything. The People's Daily, a China Communist Party newspaper, has recently published a draft list containing a set of rules regarding what type of content can be shown in Chinese video games. Collaborated with Chinese gaming companies such as NetEase, Perfect World Entertainment, and Tencent, the proposed regulation would forbid plot lines that would encourage romance or hints of sexual content. This includes marriage, which is not allowed in games that are kind of rated 16 or under. Female character must wear clothing that covers more than 3/4 of their breasts.
It's very specific.
Also, further information: the Chinese government has banned gore and blood in their games, as well as a gambling like poker.
Speaking of piles of poop.
Yes, speaking of piles of poop.
Pigeon Simulator is a game coming out
at
some point this year, next year.
Which, by the way, this was your headline, right?
This is my headline, yes.
I am astounded by the amount of weird crap you can find on a regular basis.
It's easy. You just gotta be a weird Asian guy. That's all you need.
Keep going.
It just stayed on me too long on the camera.
Oh.
Okay, so Pigeon Simulator is a game coming out either this year or next year. They didn't say when, they just said it's coming out soon.
Okay.
It's a game where you can dive bomb businessmen with skateboards by flying them, holding them onto them. smacking them. You can also poop on them.
Oh man, the graphics for this were great.
Graphics are pretty crusty. And if the style looks very similar, it's from a studio called Bossa Studios, which is from London in the UK. They are most famous for making the games I Am Bread, a janky physics game, and the cult classic
I just saw the pigeons wearing the bread.
The bread wearing the bread. You might also notice there's ads.
Oh man.
There's ads for a game called Surgeon Simulator because they also made that lovely game where you control every single digit of your hand with your keyboard, and your mouse controlled the rotation and all this garbage. A game called Surgeon Simulator 2013.
Pigeon Simulator.
A janky game.
Oh, this is phenomenal.
So yeah, that short trailer you just saw showed off the squadrons of pigeons flying around, the trademark janky physics that they're known for, flying skateboards, shooting poop, destructible environments, and ads for their other games alongside explosions. So we'll see where that goes. It looks pretty jank. I don't know how well a simulator game will survive in 2019. I feel like that ship might have sailed.
Yeah, because I don't know. I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator are still going strong.
Because Surgeon Simulator started the train of like the weird, random, janky physics games. Following that was like Yandere Simulator, Goat Simulator, Rock Simulator, Grizzly Bear Simulator, a bunch of other simulators.
It was like what,
probably.
Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Shower with Your Dad Simulator. All these funny games, cheeky games.
Yeah.
But those all released in the last 6 years since that game came out. So can they make something new? Because at the time, when I first played Surgeon Simulator in 2012, I think, it was a browser game, right? And it was free to play, and it was fun because I was like, oh, this is really hard. I have to control both hands and mouse to control one hand only, but then also perform life-saving surgery without killing the person.
And then they moved off there and they're like,
they added,
you want to make sure bread doesn't get soggy?
Yeah. And they made a game where you control bread corners, climbing up stuff to fuck with the person living in the house.
I love that game so much.
Yeah.
Do you think we should play I Am Bread?
We have to wear a bread costume.
We have to wear bread.
Yeah, like those pigeons.
Oh my!
Just spread around.
Audience, do you want us to wear a bread costume and play this? We can make this an actual like item on our playlist on the YouTube page. Wearing bread and playing I Am Bread.
Or eating bread.
Well, that's a lot of bread to eat though.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
Every time you fall, you eat a piece of bread.
Oh, we should.
Person.
We
We'll
should
probably die.
Audience, if you want us to do this for our YouTube page, we will do it for you, for everyone, for the world. We will be pieces of bread.